Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 56th Annual Day celebrations of St. Thomas Residential School. Our school has successfully completed 56 years in the educational history of Kerala. As we look back on the moments of success and glory, we are grateful to God Almighty for illuminating our lives. We are indeed honored to have with us Mrs. Tinku Biswal IAS, who has consented to be the chief guest on this occasion. Passed out from the IAS 1997 batch, she has served as Sub-Collector Chenganur and Trivandrum at the start of her career, followed by directors of several agencies such as Malsya Fed, Modernizing Government Program, Kerala Sustainable Urban Development Project, and worked in the developments of fisheries and agriculture before moving to head departments at the level of government as secretary. She was also the secretary of the Water Resources Department for 4 years, then served as Commissioner, State GST Department for a year. She currently works as Secretary to Government Animal Husbandry, Dairy Development Fisheries and Ports Departments. Her academic qualifications include a postgraduate degree in physics from Utkal University and one in public policy from Princeton University. Welcome, ma'am.
We are also glad to have in our midst the Secretary of Marthoma Church Educational Society, Mr. Matthew George, the Treasurer, Mr. Cherian Varghese, and other members of the Executive Committee, our Chaplain, Reverend Philemon Koshi, principals of our sister institutions, all other guests, parents, and students who have accepted our invitation and come to grace this occasion.
Let's begin this solemn function with a prayer song sung by our school choir.
Now it's time for the lighting the lamp ceremony. I request our Honorable Chief Guest, Mrs. Tinku Biswal IAS, the Secretary, the Treasurer, Chaplain, Principal, Vice Principal, the Head Boy and the Head Girl to come forward and light the lamp.
invite our head boy. I now invite our head boy, Dakshin Vinod, to deliver the welcome speech.
My desire is to extend a gracious and inclusive welcome to all of you. For now, let's put our differences aside and instead celebrate what brings us together here. Good morning, one and all. Respected Chief Guest, Mrs. Tinku Biswal, IAS, Secretary of the Marthoma Church Educational Society, Mr. Matthew George, Treasurer of the MTCES, Mr. Cherian Varghese, our beloved chaplain, Reverend Philemon Koshi, our principal, Mr. Bebikuti P. Rajan, our vice principal, Mrs. Solly Varghese, and other dignitaries on and off the dais. I'm deeply honored to stand here and welcome everyone to this auspicious occasion of the 56th annual day of St. Thomas Residential School. To begin with, I'd like to welcome our honored chief guest, Mrs. Tinku Biswal, IAS. Currently, she's serving as the Secretary to Government to Animal Husbandry, Dairy Development, Fisheries and Ports Departments. We welcome you, ma'am, to this gracious function. The MTCES family, comprising our Secretary, Mr. Matthew George, Treasurer, Mr. Cherian Varghese, and all other Executive Committee members who play an integral role in the smooth functioning and management of STRS and all our sister institutions. They've been our guiding light all through. They are our pillars of support, and we extend our gratitude towards them for upholding our school with utmost care. We welcome them all to this annual day function. The support and spiritual guidance given by our beloved chaplain, Reverend Philemon Koshi, provides us with the best strength to overcome any challenges. With great respect and pleasure, I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome him to this annual day function. Our beloved principal, Mr. Bebikuti P. Rajan, it hasn't been an easy transition for any of us, but your leadership and positive attitude have helped us pull through. Your long hours and hard work make such a difference to ensure the learning and growth of both our students and staff during these challenging times. We're forever grateful for what you do. We welcome you, sir, to this auspicious function. I would also like to take this opportunity to welcome the principals of our public school, STCS, STHSS, Institute of Science and Technology, and Training College. I recognize the presence of all our teachers. You have all been a part of our journey and give us the courage and self-confidence that we have today. You have led and supported us as you were our parents and friends. And as a result, you hold a very special place in all our hearts today. And it is with great gratitude we welcome all our teachers to this gracious function. With immense pleasure on behalf of my school, I welcome all our dear parents to this annual day function, whose efforts and love have shaped us into the better individuals we are today. My speech will be incomplete without welcoming all the students, the non-teaching staff, and all alumni of St. Thomas Residential School who make the picture of our school life complete. At this moment, I would also like to place on record the gratitude we have towards everyone's contribution to making this event possible. And as we start this new year, I'd like to conclude by saying this: dance, smile, giggle, marvel, trust, hope, love, believe, but most of all, enjoy every moment of this journey. And appreciate where you are right at this moment instead of focusing on how far you have to go. Live a little. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you.
I request our principal, Mr. Bebikuti P. Rajan, to present the annual report of our school for the year 2021-22.
Honorable Chief Guest, Mrs. Tinku Biswal, IAS, Secretary, Animal Husbandry and Dairy Development at Government of Kerala, Mr. Matthew George, Secretary, Marthoma Church Education Society, Mr. Cherian Verghese, Treasurer, Marthoma Church Education Society, members of the Executive Committee, Reverend Philomen Goshi, Chaplain, principals of sister schools, alumni, parents, and other eminent guests. Welcome to our 56th Annual Day celebrations. I would like to thank you all for gracing the occasion with your virtual presence. Before I proceed to the formal presentation of the annual report for this academic year, let us bow down before the bright memory of our great shepherds, Padma Bhushan, the Most Reverend Dr. Philippos Mar Chrysostom, Valia Metropolitan, and the Most Reverend Dr. Joseph Marthoma, Metropolitan. November 1st dawned with schools reopening after 18 months of the dark ages of the pandemic. The routine of going to the school, being in a classroom and learning have been disrupted significantly. The disruption cannot be repaired just by the reopening of schools. We have to start by assessing where they are rather than teaching them where the curriculum requires. It is a Herculean task. During these unprecedented times, our teachers are working harder and more hours than before. They invented new ways of teaching and developing new curriculum and pedagogy. The access to the resources to make learning more interactive and interesting has helped teachers tremendously and made students more enthusiastic learners, the successful survival story of STRS. The academic year started with a Holy Communion service led by His Grace Right Reverend Joseph Mar Barnabas, Suffragan Metropolitan, on Sunday, May 13, 2021. This was followed by a retreat session conducted by Reverend Moti Waki, faculty of the Marthoma Seminary, Kotte. Results of the standards class 10 and 12 were published on July 24, 2021. As usual, our results at the ICSE and ISC examinations were very good, in fact a new record. At the ICSE 2021, we presented 212 students. All of them secured distinction. Dipanshi Agarwal, Vivek S. and Roshan Verghese Chaku secured the first position with 98%. Parvati Krishnan, Ishan Sunil, Kalyani Thambi, and Mushina Fatima A. stood second in the school with 97.8% mark. The third position was secured by Arvind N.R., Leah Sara Abraham, Seba M. Siad, Bhavya R.P., Kalyani Unnikrishnan, and Shreya Krishnan with 97.6% marks. Of the 104 students presented by us at the ISC 21 science stream, all secured distinction. Aaron Jacob, Alina Mary George, Rishikesh M.V., Hridya R. Nair, M. Kirti Vasan, Megha Suryan, and Debanshi Das stood first in the school with 99.5% marks. The second rank was secured by Aparna Murukeshan with 99.25%, and the third position was secured by Sharon R with 99% mark. At the ISC 2021 Commerce stream, all the 39 students presented by us secured distinction. Krishna MS secured the first position with 97.25%.
Michelle Teddy Fernandez
Secured the second position with 95.75%. And Ilfa Sajid Seth secured third position with 95%. Inspire 2021. Out of the 104 students who appeared for the ISC 2021 board examinations, 17 students of STRS are placed in the top 1% at the national level and are eligible for the prestigious Inspire Scholarship, a scholarship instituted by the Government of India, which entitles them to a sum of Rs 80,000 per year for 5 years, provided they pursue a course in pure science at the graduation level. Students who have credited themselves through their commendable performance are Aaron Jacob, Alina Mary George, Rishikesh M.V., Hridya R. Nair, M. Kirti Vasan, Megha Suryan, Debashmita Das, Aparna Murukeshan, Sharon R., Ashik T. Nisar, D. Nirupam Krishnan, Anna G. Samuel, Vishnu A., Johan Matthews, Alina Shijo, P.S. Navneet Krishnan, and Krishna Rajesh Congratulations, students. You made us proud once again. Orientation programs conducted by the school. Prevalence of epidemics made a radical change in the life and style due to the constraints on physical movement and social activities. Frustration, boredom, stress, depression, and elevated level of anxiety are very common among our children. To cope up with the stress and related problems, we need to support and connect with our children. We began the school year with a motivational talk by Professor Jayan Murthy, Director, Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, Trivandrum, Dr. Annie Varghese, Assistant Professor in Psychology, National Institute of Speech and Hearing, and Dr. Danish Salim, Academic Director, Emergency Department of PRS Hospital, took classes for our children. Oral hygiene in an area where much care is needed. Dr. Manju Ranjit explained the cause of dental problems, prevention and its treatment. A webinar was conducted by Mr. Sebin P. Varghese, resource person, Orient Black Swan Limited, to familiarize the teachers on blended learning, and its new education policy 2020 suggests a new comprehensive curriculum framework for school education. Professor Anil Shaji, Dean Academics, ISO, explained silent features of NEP on September 4th, 2021. The workshop Rest, Reset and Restart by Mr. Joji Paul, Principal, Benchmark International School, Tirur, was very informative. He explained the mental and emotional imbalance of students during the pandemic and teachers' role as mentors. Dr. Sibi Kurian Philip, Consultant Pediatrician, GG Hospital, conducted an awareness program for parents and students. He explained the general guidelines and concerns when children come back to the school. Atal Tinkering Lab. Atal Tinkering Lab had been a dream for long. It was launched on August 17, 2021 at 10:30 a.m. by His Grace Joseph Mar Barnabas Suffragan Metropolitan. On the inauguration day, 5 of our students exhibited their independently planned and executed projects. All projects were student-centered and associated with the day-to-day activities. Workshops were conducted on machine learning, biomimicry, forensics, and artificial intelligence by eminent resource persons from Niti Aayog. Online seminar on creative confidence, Unleash the Creative Potential, guided by Mr. Rajit Karunakaran, Regional Mentor of Change, Atal Innovation Mission, Niti Aayog, was well appreciated by students. Admission to university. There can be no real achievement without any struggle. Consistent hard work leads to success. After intensive preparation, many of our students have topped and secured admission to prestigious institutions like IITs, ISO, NITs, government engineering colleges and government law colleges. Rishikesh MV, M. Kirtivasan, Aaron Jacob, Namita Udayan, Alan Bobby Kurian, Alina Mary George, Ridya R. Nair, M.A. Akshaya, Alina Sijo, Sharon R., Debamshita Das, Neha Shinoy, Ashik T. Nisar, Ardra KV, Vincius Manoj, and Tansim M. deserve special mention in this regard. 6 students procured good rank in the NEET exams. NDSC. It was a proud moment for us when Tarun Abraham Aju got the 120th rank in the prestigious NDSC examination. Awards received by the school 2021. Yet another golden feather in our cap. We were the winners of the prestigious Indiewood Educational Excellence Award 2021 for the category Promising Institute in Robotic Education. Around 20 teachers received the prestigious Progressive Educator Award for their selfless and exemplary contribution towards the holistic development of children, for encouraging participation in the National All-Rounder Championship Summer Camp organized by KITEX. Co-curricular activities. Education is not just confined to imparting academic knowledge to the students. It is more about the holistic development. We mold them holistically by exposing them to an array of activities along with academics. Through the cultural activities and competitions, they learn the art of fostering healthy relationship with their schoolmates. Virtual co-curricular activities offer an innovative and accessible platform that can profoundly expand our horizons. Children get flexibility to experience the world in their own time and interact with others from the comfort of their houses. Our cultural event, Sandom Fest, was conducted on 23rd and 24th July 2021. All the programs showcased the brilliant talent of our students. The Red House was adjudged the champion house at the fest. The individual champions at the fest were Gopika L. Nair, Edwin Tibu, and Shreya Anil in the intermediate, seniors, and ISC categories respectively. Inter-house drama was conducted on September 24, 2021 in the English category. Red House won the first position and the Best Actress award was bestowed upon Athena Stephen. Yellow House secured the first position and B. Manjari was awarded the Best Actress prizes in the Malayalam category. We encourage our students to participate in the inter-school competitions and activities, focusing on the overall development of the children. Our pre-primary, primary and middle school sections were conducting class-wise talent displays. These first enabled them to overcome their stage fear. School celebrations. We celebrate many religious and national festivals such as Independence Day, Children's Day, Teachers' Day, Kerala Piravi, Onam and Christmas to create social solidarity and social inclusion among our children. They enhance confidence, civic pride and tolerance, which are the essential qualities of a true citizen. The Dr. A.V. Varghese Memorial Oratorial Contest was conducted by our school on November 11th, 2021 for Malayalam and English. In the English category, Josna Siddharth and Siddharth Kumar Gopal of our school first and second prizes respectively. Sarah B. Matthew of STRS was adjudged second in the Malayalam category. Quiz competition. Quizzes enable the student to think out of the box and help build the students' soft skills. We organize inter-school and intra-school competitions. Inter-house quiz conducted this year. Greenhouse emerged the champions. The team was represented by Nagul Sham and Marwa Sajid. We also encourage students to participate in inter-school quiz competitions. We were over the moon when our school got commendable achievements in quiz competitions organized by Super League Quiz, Fit India School Quiz conducted by Sports Authority of India and ASISC Quiz. Library Week. Even in this digital age, there is no substitute for books. They are the source of knowledge and are the most important aspect of our education. Libraries bridge the gap between a child's interest in learning and the information he gathers at school. During this pandemic period, we have to remind the children of the important role of libraries in disseminating information. We celebrated June 19 to 26 as Library Week. Book reviews done by students were noteworthy. Technology will never replace great teachers, but in the hands of great teachers, it is transformational. Almost 2 years into the pandemic, the situation was improved a lot. Technology was helped in many positive ways. With the usage of smart boards, computers, and internet facility, teachers could get better and new ideas as to how to teach certain complicated topics or try new teaching methods with the students. During this pandemic, the parental involvement and engagement matters more than before. When parents and teachers work together to establish a thriving classroom, the effect in the student is profound. This has a direct impact on quality of education imparted. Thank you, parents, for your valuable suggestions and for appreciating our effort. With a deep sense of humility and gratitude, I would like to express my heartfelt thankfulness to our patron, His Grace the Most Reverend Dr. Theodosius Marthoma Metropolitan, our President, Right Reverend Joseph Mar Barnabas Suffragan Metropolitan, for their invaluable support and guidance. Our sincere thanks to our Vice President, Dr. Joy Uman, Secretary, Mr. Matthew George, Treasurer, Mr. Cherian Varghese, and all the members of the Executive Committee. Your support truly energizes and ensures our future success and allow us to prepare a large number of students for enriched lives for the society. We place on record our gratitude to our chaplain, Reverend Philemon Koshi, for his support, prayers, and blessings. Behind every successful student lies the manifold effort of our committed teachers. I would like to thank each and every staff for upgrading themselves to handle the new challenges we are facing now. God has provided us the protection and security during these trying times. Let us thank our Lord for His unconditional, unfailing, unchanging love. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Our school not only values the academics, but also our creative tendencies and cultivates it into something great which stays with one for a lifetime. Every year, we give due recognition to the aptitude and acumen of our brimming students. We shall now begin with the prize distribution ceremony, and I request our Honorable Chief Guest to give away the prizes. In academics, winners of the Mr. C.I. Abraham Memorial Gold Medal for the first rank holder in the ICSE 2020-21 are Deepanshi Agarwal, Vivek S., and Roshan Varghese Chako. In ISC Science, winners of the Juhannon Marthoma Metropolitan Medal and Potivelu Endowment Award for the first rank holder in ISC Science are Aaron Jacob, Alina Mary George. In her absence, her mother will be collecting the prize. Rishikesh M.V. Hridya R. Nair. M. Kirti Vasan. Megha Suryan. And Devasmita Dash. In ISC Commerce, the winner of the Juhannon Marthoma Metropolitan Medal for the first rank holder in ISC Commerce is Krishna M.S. The winner of the medal of the Dr. A.V. Varghese Memorial Oratorical Contest 2021-22 English is Jyotsna Siddharth of St. Thomas Residential School. She is also the Merit Scholar from Class 12 Commerce Stream from the General category. The second prize is backed by Siddharth Kumar Gopal of St. Thomas Residential School. The third place goes to Gauri DB of St. Thomas Central School. In Malayalam, the winner of the medal of the Dr. A.V. Varghese Memorial Oratorical Contest is Sean G. John of St. Thomas Central School. The second prize is backed by Sarah B. Matthew of St. Thomas Residential School. The third place goes to Faiza Nasran of St. Thomas Central School. Thank you, ma'am. Now, I invite the Secretary, Mr. Matthew George, to give away the prizes.
Next, we have the Merit Scholars for the year 2020-21. From Class 11 in the Science stream, from the General category, we have Leah Rachel Matthew, and Shilpa Arun. From the Marthoma category, we have Athena Stephen. She is also selected as the Best Actor in English Drama. Here are the Merit Scholars based on their ICSE result. From Class 11. In the General category, from the Science stream, we have Musina Fatima. And in the Marthoma category, we have Leah Sarah Abraham. In the Commerce stream, from the General category, we have Shreya Anil. And from the Marthoma category, we have Tabitha Maria Matthew. She is not present.
The Marthoma Educational Society The Marthoma Educational Society has instituted an endowment in the memory of Joanna Rachel Vineeth, late daughter of our beloved chaplain, Reverend Vineeth Matthew and Mrs. Seba Elsa Vineeth. It is our pleasure to present the prizes to this year's winners of the Joanna Memorial Cash Award. These children are the tiniest members of our family from the LKG classes of St. Thomas Residential School and St. Thomas Public School. The first prize of Rs 6,000 goes to Niranjan Das of PP1H from St. Thomas Residential School. The second prize of Rs 4,000 goes to Isabel Elsa Binchu of PP1B from St. Thomas Public School. The third prize of Rs 2,000 goes to Hannah Bell Manaraprail of PP1E of St. Thomas Public School. Let's give them a huge round of applause and God bless you. Thank you, sir. Now, I invite our treasurer, Mr. Cherian Varghese, to give away the prizes. The individual champions of the Santhom Fest 2021-22 are as follows. From the intermediates category, the prize goes to Gopika L. Nair. From the seniors category, Edwin Tibu has bagged the prize. Interhouse Dramatics. The winner of the Mr. C.P. Matthew Memorial Trophy for the Best House in English Drama is the Red House. The trophy will be received by Johan Joshi and Ananya S. The winner of the Dr. M.M. Thomas Memorial Trophy for the Best House in the Malayalam Drama is the Yellow House. The trophy will be received by Abhinav V.S. and Timothy J. Sarjan. Winner of the trophy donated by Mr. Balachandran Menon for Best Actor of Malayalam Drama is B. Manjari.
Winner of the trophy donated by the ISC Commerce Batch of the Year 2001-2002 for the Best House in Quiz Competition is the Green House. The trophy will be collected by Nakul Shyam. Winners of the Valia Metropolitan Trophy for the selfless service to our school in the year 2021-22 are Verit Kishore, and Jeremy Zachariah. Thank you, sir. Now I invite our chaplain, Reverend Philemon Koshi, to give away the rest of the prizes. Winner of the Metropolitan Trophy for the Best Outgoing Student of the year 2021-22 is Lakshmi GS. She is also the Merit Scholar from Class 12 Science Stream in the General category. In her absence, her father will collect the award. Special award instituted by the parents of Rintu Elsa James in the memory of their daughter Rintu, who passed away on 10th April 1999 while she was a student of Standard 7 in our school. The best all-rounder of Standard 10 is S. Harikrishnan. The best all-rounder of Standard 12 is Jyotsna Siddharth. Promising students of our school for the year 2021-22 are Shilpa Arun, George Kurian Thomas, and Dakshin Vinod. Winner of the Thomas Joseph Memorial Trophy for the Best House in Literary and Art Competition is the Red House. The trophy will be received by Ashley Manoj and George Kurian Thomas. Special award instituted by the parents of Gautam Krishna, who was the best all-rounder of our school in the year 2005. He passed away in 2012. In loving memory of him, the Gautam Krishna Memorial Award for the Sangamite of the year 2020-21 goes to Sharon R. thus we have come to the end of the prize distribution ceremony, and I thank our chaplain for doing the honors. Thank you, Achin. Now I request our honorable chief guest to address the gathering.
The secretary, treasurer, chaplain, principal, vice principal, the head boy and the head girl, parents, dear students and alumni, teachers. I'm delighted to be here today with all of you. Thank you for inviting me to be a part of you. My association with St. Thomas goes back a long way. It began in 2014 when my daughter, currently an alumni, joined the school in the 7th grade. It's been a long association and one that has had an immense impact on my daughter and all of us, obviously, in the family. So given the role that this institution has played in molding her and thereby us, I think I owe to you to really not bore you with a lecture. The presence of my daughter would actually take care of to ensure that I refrain from boring you. So I do not intend giving any lecture. I would rather just narrate a story which dates back to a very long time. Started in 1972, an experiment which started in 1972 in another educational institution in the Stanford University, which many of you here would be aware and recognize as one of the best in the world. So in 1972, a group of psychologists conducted an experiment. They called in a group of children like you, a bit younger, and invited them over to have marshmallows. As kids, you would well appreciate how irresistible a marshmallow is. However, there was a catch. And the catch was the kids had two options. One, where they could have the marshmallow right away, immediately, instant pleasure. And two, they were required to wait for 15 minutes. In the first case, they would have just one marshmallow. In the second case, where they were required to wait for 15 minutes, they would get 2 marshmallows. So, as would be true in any experiment, there were a group of students, or rather a group of kids, who actually waited for 15 minutes to get these 2 marshmallows, while most kids would jump at taking the single marshmallow that they could right away. So now the experiment obviously did not end here. These group of psychologists and the group that was conducting the experiment actually traced the trajectory followed by these group of kids who were a part of that experiment. How they did, how they performed later. And interestingly, the observation was that most of the kids who preferred to wait 15 minutes to give up instant gratification to get something much more valuable later appeared to have done much better and performed much better, whether it is in the kind of SAT scores they got or how well they performed in any exams or in any kind of opportunity that was available to them and in their careers, whatever they wished to do. Whatever it is that anybody wished to do, there was nothing deemed as superior to one to the other. So the inference from this study is that the conclusion that the experimenters came to is that it is far more gratifying in the long run. So those who can actually set aside the urge for instant pleasure and instead put in that effort and the hard work to get something which is much more valuable, but you would get that only subsequently, much later in future, actually seemed to be doing much better and seemed to be enjoying their achievements much better. Now that is where the experiment ends. But what it does show is that there are parallels in life. There will be always instances where these choices will be thrown up before you. And immediately, for instance, when you look at your immediate situation, a parallel or an analogy would be how you prepare for your exams. It's not. It's really not a very satisfying process to be sitting down and working hard all the time, and nobody is expecting you to do that. But you could be doing that, or you could be doing something much more fun, say watching Netflix, playing a video game, or whatever. But so it's again the same thing. It's again about getting instant pleasure from the fun activity that you do, or just delaying that pleasure for some time in future, which would be much more valuable, much more sustainable in the long run, in putting in the hard work, the effort to do well, which is something which would give you a sense of accomplishment subsequently. Now this is just a metaphor for life. So I'm not talking about what you're doing now. These are the choices that life will keep throwing up for you as you grow and start to find your place in the world, start to grow and have all these opportunities before you. It is not for me here or your student or your entire fraternity, teaching fraternity over here, or even your parents back home, who can tell you what is the correct choice to make. It is for you at that moment of time, at that instant, to make that choice. That is entirely yours. Let me also tell you, there will be many such opportunities where you will have to make these choices. Making one, choice which is not right does not foreclose options for you in the future. There will be several such occasions where you will be required to make choices. And that will be entirely your decision to make. And I'm sure each one of you, when faced with these choices, will definitely try to make the right choice, the correct choice. And I do hope and pray that God gives you the strength and the courage and the commitment to make the right choices. Everyone here, your parents, your teachers, all of us here, will be so happy to see you grow and perform well, to prosper and do well in whatever you choose to do. I wish you all the very best, and I'll end with a very happy new year to everyone present here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your words of wisdom. Now, I request the principal to present a memento to the chief guest.
Thank you, sir. Jyotsna Siddharth, our head girl, will now propose the vote of thanks.
Good morning, everyone. Yet another quiet year has passed with virtual memories and moments, Zoom calls and YouTube assemblies, and now one more online annual day. But it was actually much more than that. It was a year of new beginnings, of learning, of reflection, and of more sleep. I'm sure that we're all going into 2022 skeptical of what it has in store for us, but this year could be different. Living in a state of gratitude is the gateway to grace, and as head girl, it gives me immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks this morning on behalf of our school. I'd like to begin by thanking our guest of honor, Mrs. Tinku Biswal, for her fascinating speech. Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking the time out of your schedule to celebrate our school's 56th annual day with us. Your presence has undoubtedly made this event an amazing one. I offer a word of thanks to all the members of the Marthoma Church Educational Society for their guidance and presence, and especially to our secretary, Mr. Matthew George, and our treasurer, Mr. Cherian Burgess, for their unwavering support and encouragement. I would like to thank most warmly Reverend Philemon Koshi, our chaplain, who never fails to inspire us with his thoughts. Thank you, Achin, for your prayers. My appreciation for Baby Kuti sir and Solly teacher knows no bounds. Thank you, sir and ma'am, for always cheering us on. I extend my gratitude to the principals of our esteemed sister institutions as well. To our former principals, teachers, alumni, parents, students, and other guests, thank you for gracing this event with your presence. The most awaited part of the morning is almost here, and the work behind the scenes cannot go unnoticed. Words cannot express my gratitude to the entire student body and all the teachers. The energy, the sleepless nights, the innovation, the dedication, and the intense planning are finally paying off. A special thanks to the non-teaching faculty for being with us every step of the way. Kudos to the whole team. They've got an amazing show lined up for you this morning. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.
Let's now wind up the academic function with the school anthem.
St. Thomas, our alma mater, sing of her glory and sing of her fame, a light to dispel the darkness around, a lamp to remove the darkness within, a light to dispel the darkness around, a lamp to remove the darkness within. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Asatoma Sadgamaya. Lift the flag of our alma mater, show for the purpose to fight a good fight. Hatred and violence of foes we oppose, righteousness shall be our goal evermore. Hatred and violence of foes we oppose, righteousness shall be our goal evermore. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Asatoma Sadgamaya. We shall unite for our alma mater, stand for the cause of our dear native land, serving the King of our kings. He will keep watch over our alma mater, serving the King of our kings. He will keep watch over our alma mater. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya